So let's talk about Carmelo Anthony and why I think he should waive his trade clause coming up in this offseason. And yes, I got notes today, y'all. I got notes, so I don't ramble about one thing for 10 minutes like I did with the Bulls, like how sucky the Bulls are for 10 minutes long. No, we're actually gonna make this short, and I'm actually gonna say something legit. So not just normal stuff like the Bulls are missing wide open shots, which they are. They're garbage. But anyway, let's get right into this. So I'm going to be talking about why I think Carmelo Anthony needs to waive his trade clause and the reasons why I don't think it's going to happen, even though I want it to, but I don't think it's going to happen because Phil Jackson's a bum and so is Carmelo, so let's get right into it. So number one, if that boy doesn't realize it by now, he needs to realize that he is not winning a championship in New York. No matter how hard he prays, no matter how hard he wishes and he prays, it is not going to happen, Melo. I'm sorry. I mean, DJ Khaled has more of a chance of not yelling his own name in his song than Melo does of winning a championship in New York.
DJ Khaled!
Shut up, DJ Khaled! Every time, man!
DJ Khaled!
God dang it, DJ Khaled! Every time you do that, you make me drop myself, and this costs $25 a pop. You keep doing that, you're gonna have to buy me another one. So he needs to realize by now that he's not winning a championship in New York. So that's number one. Number two, Phil Jackson disrespected you, Melo. Disrespected you. Why would you want to win, try to win, I should say, for a guy like that? Heck no do I want to add another ring onto already his 11 rings he already has. Heck no do I want to do that. Especially for a guy that's disrespecting you like that. A guy saying, you don't change the spot on a leopard. If your own GM should not be talking crap about his own players. And heck no, if I'm Melo, I want to win for a guy like that. I want to win for a guy that cares about me and actually wants to build a team. Like a good team to win a championship. So that's number two. And he's probably going to disrespect him again at that end of season meeting they're going to have. So, that's another thing. Now let's get into why I don't think it's going to happen. There's a few reasons why. Number one, Melo needs to play for a contender. No way Phil Jackson's going to be like, all right, man, so I got you this gig in Philadelphia for the 76ers. You want to play for the Sixers? Heck no, you think Melo's going to say yes to that. Melo is got to, or I should say Phil Jackson's got to find a place for Melo to go. Melo wants a championship team. Phil has got to get the pieces back that he wants. And this is when we get to our second thing. Number two, Phil Jackson is going to overvalue this guy like he's freaking LeBron James or something, because he's going to be like, all right, man, I want 4 first-round picks. I want Andrew Wiggins, Zach LaVine, maybe throw Karl Anthony Towns in there, maybe for Melo in a second-round pick. No. You might get a first-round pick in Austin Rivers if you trade him to the Clippers. You might get that, because Austin Rivers is actually playing a lot better, I'm not going to lie. But you're going to get a late first-rounder in Austin Rivers for Carmelo Anthony. So that's number two. Phil Jackson's got to find that championship team for Melo and get pieces back, because you really think the dude's just going to give up nothing for him? No. So that's number two. Number three, who wants to put that $54 million he's making on their salary cap for the next 2 years? No one's going to want to do that. I know the salaries are bumping up because of the TV deal coming up this next year. But still, if I'm a GM, I'm not putting Melo's $54 million on my cap room. Heck no, you got me messed up with that. So that's another huge thing. And he gets a 15% trade kicker. I think that means he gets, unless I'm dumb, I think he gets 15% more if he gets traded. All right, the next thing is the Anthonys. And what I mean by the Anthonys is Carmelo and his wife. His wife is pickier than a 7-year-old kid with sinus problems. Like, when Carmelo was in free agency about to come to the Bulls, she was like, I don't know, honey, if you should go to Chicago. It's really cold there. Like, Manhattan is the Bahamas, girl. Like, for real. Like, come on now. Like, I know he wants to stay in New York, but he could have won a championship if he came to the Bulls. No doubt about it. But she is picky as crap, and you know that she's gonna be like, no, not there, no, you know what I mean? Like, you really think she wants to go to Cleveland, Ohio? So that's gonna be another problem too. So that's already 4 problems right there, and there's more than that. That's just what I could come up with on the top of my head. And Carmelo's a great player. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he can knock down shots better than freaking anybody in this league. But his style of play is so much different than how the NBA is now. I mean, the dude does that armpit, the sniffing armpit move where he goes like this, wastes the whole shot clock down where he pump fakes to his back, like pounds his back until the shot clock's at 1, then just launches it up. And he makes it more often than not, but it just slows down a team. Always got to have this. It slows down a team, and the NBA is more of the run off the ball, catch and shoot for 3 when the shot clock is only 5 seconds in. I don't see this boy being moved at all. I feel like he's going to be staying in New York the rest of his life and wasting, collecting dust there in New York, not getting the ring. But we'll see what happens, though, in the draft. So DJ Khaled! Ah!